This is just a rhetorical question for people just to think about, people who are involved in it, people not involved in it. Can a gay man be a successful drug dealer? And in my opinion, yes and no. Yes, on one level, who you have sex with has nothing to do with how you can handle yourself in the streets. In my opinion, I don't care. Like, I've dealt with people who I thought was gay and we had no problems. Now, on the flip side of it, if you're on the down low and someone can extort you or someone can use leverage on you, someone can, can push some buttons on you because of it, I think that's an issue. And I think that's a very serious issue. And I think that's going to lead me into my next story. This story right here is probably one of the biggest stories of my whole life, in my whole career. This was kind of like a defining moment in my life. And I mean, this caused me a lot of distress. So basically, um, yeah, the person who was really in this story, I don't really want to name him because he's a cool dude. But basically, I think I can't remember what I call him in my story. But anyway, the point of the matter is this guy is a suspected homosexual. We all pretty much think he's gay. And there's no problem because he always has his money right. He's always been cool with me. We've had all kinds of dealings and been involved in this and that. He's always been stand up. And what ends up happening is my man gets busted. All right. They run up in his house and they find what's in his house. And he's facing some time. He is a felony now. You know what I'm saying? They found enough in his crib. And yeah, they got him. Like red-handed. They go up in there, they knock on your door. They find everything. They took his roommate in. They confiscated his truck. And then he tells me the story, what I'm saying? I can't get, too much. I'm not going to tell the whole thing because it's a very, very long story. But basically, he gave me the breakdown of who was the snitch, right? And the snitch happens to be this guy I grew up with. Like, I knew since I was a child. Like, this guy I knew way before I was involved in any street stuff. And he tells me the story, and I start thinking, I'm like, this ain't about no drugs, man. I'm thinking y'all in there having sex. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking y'all was in there doing something. Y'all had a lover's quarrel. He wanted some money. You wouldn't give it to him. And now he's snitching. Now, I didn't have no proof of it. And I still don't have any proof of it. But just the way it went down, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He real calm about it. He tell me about how the cops come in. They take his vehicle. They take all his money from him. They destroy some of his equipment in the house. And it's just, they caught him with some blow. And they got his squeaky clean roommate, his quote unquote roommate, which I think was his boyfriend. He has a felony. He's facing felonies and stuff. And I'm like, but he real cool about it. Because I know if it was me, if I got hit with a felony and I knew somebody set me up, I'd be ready to kill him. Straight up. Yeah, when I say all that stuff, I don't condone violence. Yeah, that's until, we go into felonious, until we go into felonious. And the way the setup happened was so cold. And just so, you know what I'm saying, just so calculated, man. It just made me so mad. I personally didn't get busted, but I was angry. And I was like, man, we need to go get this dude, man. Because I'm like, Cincinnati is small. Cats don't have that many places to hide. And I know he ain't have enough sense to go running. So I was like, we should go get this dude. And, yeah, so basically, I feel that my homie who was gay got us in some trouble, got us, jammed up because of his homosexuality. And that if he had just simply, had been playing it cool, none of this stuff would have happened. Because I don't think the guy who snitched to get himself out of trouble. I think that he snitched because it was a lover's quarrel. Straight up. I think that, they was doing some funny business, and that's what happens. So, if you want to know what happened with this story, if you want to know how it worked out, what happened with my man's felonies, how did it affect me, what happened to the guy who snitched, everything else, hit me up in the bio. My link's in the bio. I got a place for you to drop your information. We do these conversations in private, and I'll let you know everything about this story. It's a good one.